Well, welcome back to the 2021 school year. And aren't we glad to have 2020 behind us? Certainly a year that challenged us, and one though that enabled us to learn a lot about ourselves, but also about the importance of community and being together, and the opportunities that we have in Catholic education to make a real difference for young people, but also for families and for the communities. Now, I've got three things I'd like to say, and the first one is to our parents, to our families, to our caregivers, and that is that essentially we in Catholic education, all of the staff who work here, and it's nearly 9,000 or 10,000 people committed to Catholic education for the purpose of supporting your children, your child, your son, your daughter in their learning and in their formation, their development and their well-being. And I'm excited about what it is that we can bring. And as an educator, it's quite wonderful to have an aspiration for a young person, a vision of who they could be, but also an understanding of how special they are. And so what we're doing, some exciting things in relation to our curriculum and learning and opportunities for young people to talk about themselves as learners, but also a chance for us to listen more attentively to what it is that young people are saying to us. And so each term, every student in our schools, if not more frequently, has an opportunity to speak directly to his or her teachers and to the principal, to me, to say, look, this is how I'm feeling about myself. This is how I'm feeling about my learning. This is how I'm feeling about my relationships. This is how I feel about my sense of belonging in the community. I'm excited by that because every one of those 47,000 or more young people is being given a voice they're entitled to, and one that we will listen to. For families too, we're also recognising the challenges of South Australia and Australia and the whole world at the moment. As you know, we've made those fee reductions across a whole range of our primary schools, and we'll continue to do that into this year and certainly into next year in our secondary schools. But I think the important element about that I want to convey to you is that a Catholic school is available to anybody. And sometimes assumptions get in our way. Sometimes we want to say something, but we assume it's not going to be heard, or we assume a school will do something or not listen. I'm asking you not to have those assumptions like that, but to fundamentally believe that if you ask a question, we're going to do the work with you to ensure that your child is able to have a Catholic education that makes a difference to her life and to his life. And we're also in this together as families and working across a whole range of different communities. As we open a new campus of Xavier College at Two Wells, we also open special assistance schools in the northern area of Adelaide, opportunities for young people to engage or re-engage with learning. And in the Two Wells community, an opportunity for Xavier College to expand into a new place. So 2021 for families is going to be an exciting time, but it's a time of partnership and it's a time of trust, and fundamentally it's a time of being together and supporting one another through the challenges that inevitably arise as we work our way through young people's learning and well-being and their growth and development. Secondly, I'd like to speak to our staff and our leaders who are amazing. Last year we learnt a lot about each other, but effectively we learnt that in times of challenge, when we're together, we're incredibly strong and united, and we are awfully creative. When we need to be, we can. And importantly, through all of those challenges, as staff together, all of us, Catholic Education Office and all of our school staff and supporting networks that we have around South Australia, we came together fundamentally to ensure that the learning entitlement for young people was maintained and fulfilled, and we did that brilliantly. I'm excited about what it is that you have in front of you in 2021. And I ask you to be curious. As staff, similarly, ask questions, always explore. How might I do this differently? How might I respond in a new way? And how might we all listen more attentively to each other and to listen most powerfully to our young people, who we fundamentally believe all matter, who we actually say relationships are important and we're there to mend any broken heart and address any relationship that isn't working. And we fundamentally believe that every one of our young people in our schools and every one of us and every one of the families that we encounter is born for this wonderful life where they can make a contribution, be passionate and be loved. And we understand that in being together, we're able to do that in new ways. So to our staff and our leaders across Catholic education, best wishes for 2021. And I thank you for your enormous commitment. And in addition to that, I thank you for the rare expertise and passion that you have. And lastly, to our children, our young people, some of whom are commencing school for the first time, or a Catholic school for the first time. Some even are coming back to a school after not having experienced success in schools. Young adults for whom there is a place. I'm looking forward to the opportunities that you experience during this year. But fundamentally, our commitment to you and the commitment from all of Catholic education is that you matter and that your education and well-being and development are the most important things that we're going to focus on this year. And you have such a say in that, an opportunity to show your true self in everything you do, in your learning and in your formation and in your development. And ideally, I want our Catholic schools to be two things. One, like a trampoline, to enable you to bounce and be this amazing person. And the other is like a safety net, to be there when it's not working, to be there when you try but it didn't work and you need to get up again. We'll be there for you in both ways. So best wishes for 2021. It's going to be a great year. No doubt we'll experience things we never thought about, but we've got the agility and the capacity to deal with those because fundamentally we're people of faith and we are people who are committed to one another and to doing the right thing for everybody and for our community. Go well in 2021.